Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be going over Flash 704. This is going to be a review of it. If you haven't seen the episode, click off now. Spoilers for the episode. If you do enjoy, the like button down below, share, subscribe button, and let me know in the comments what you thought of the episode. Thanks for watching. So the episode started off with Flash talking to the city about their past, like what happened with the mere democracy, or whatever you want to call it, taking over the whole city, and Flash was talking to them, trying to give them hope and faith and all that they could come back from this. We learned that Killer Frost is still wanted by the police. She saw an arrest warrant out for her. I'm assuming that's from season 3, when she kidnapped Cecile, Cecile, and was working with Savitar and kidnapped Julian then, and all that. I'm assuming that's what that's for. And we learned a little bit on that Argus knows that Frost is innocent, and she didn't really do any of those things because she wasn't really under control like she is now. Kadabra uses a wand now instead of his actual hands, which was a post-crisis change, unlike pre-crisis where he actually used his hands. That's what that wand was for. Frost helped stop Kadabra. He froze the wand before using it on Barry. He did mention a future villain, Chronarch. We have no idea who that is. At least I don't from the comics. So I'm assuming that'll be the next big bad, Chronarch, whoever the hell that is. I guess we'll find out later on. More likely this season. Kadabra named Cisco Mecha Vibe, and he knew this because he's from the future. So in the future, Vibe's name is Mecha Vibe, because of the suit he has and the suit he has in the future. Kadabra plans to destroy the whole city. We knew that from the promo. Also, the orb Kadabra took was engulfed in antimatter and could destroy a universe. It was basically going to be Crisis Part 2, which was mentioned throughout this episode. I think by Cisco, it could have destroyed, not the multiverse, but it definitely could have destroyed a whole universe, whole Earth, planets, everything. And Barry can't phase into it because it's one of the strongest things on Earth, and it can't really phase into it, so he couldn't disable it. Kadabra had a Martian remembering device that Cisco helped make that was seen basically in Green Arrow and Canary's backdoor pilot in Arrow 809, which was also mentioned in the episode by Cisco. Mia was mentioned with Laurel. We now know that Cisco helped make it, so you can remember pre-crisis lives. Kadabra had that on him. And then Kadabra lost his family post-crisis. And they did a flashback to season 3. I think we can all say this is post-crisis timeline now, with season 3 with Kadabra. Where Barry said to Kadabra, you have family, you have friends that will give you your light, that will tell Barry how to save Iris. That, of course, season 3, when Savitar is going to kill Iris, he decided not to do it. He went back, and he ended up losing his kid and his wife, because of Crisis, because the timeline changed, and he dropped a big thing, which was Barry was supposed to die in Crisis, but he didn't. So the timeline changed, obviously, because Oliver died instead of Barry, and Kadabra lost his son and wife post-crisis. And you remember them again because of the device that was in the Flash Museum, which is again mentioned in the episode. And apparently in the future, Barry is consumed with his own future, according to Kadabra. Barry's looked in the future multiple times, which we know from season 3 because of Jay. You shouldn't do that, because it can screw up everything. Like I already said, because Barry didn't vanish in Crisis, it changed the timeline. I don't think this means that Barry won't die in the future, like that news article. I think what it means is he's going to die another point. We just don't know when. A big monster was causing the earthquakes. At the beginning of the episode, we saw it with the lightning storm. That was the cliffhanger 703. We saw that in the beginning of this episode. I think again in this episode, like twice throughout this episode, I mean. And it was causing small earthquakes around the city. And it was a big monster that showed up at the end of the episode. That monster thing absorbed the antimatter energy, which is the most powerful energy across all time and space, across all the multiverse. And he absorbed it like you're seeing on the screen right now. Nothing has been able to do that besides this monster, whatever the hell it is. And the monster ended up killing Kadabra and nearly killing Barry. It was crushing him. And then it stopped for whatever reason. But the new Speed Force that Iris helped give Barry in 703 at the end, made him way faster than he was before, and made his speed healing faster than before. How, I don't know, but that's what Barry said in the episode. Iris spent 3 months in the Mirrorverse. That was dropped near the end of the episode, when she's basically kind of going through therapy to help her get past that. And Frost and Kate are now 2 different people, which was the cliffhanger for this episode. They managed to split themselves. I don't think we really know how, but they did. And Kate said she no longer has a headache, so I guess them being merged was like giving them a migraine or something. I don't know, but I guess we'll find out in 705 or something. But I definitely think that monster is probably from the Strength Force, which I think I went over somewhere in another video, so go watch that. But yeah, that's pretty much the episode. If I had to rate it, it would be probably a 9. I mean, it was better than 703. I think we can all agree on that. And also, Oliver was mentioned in this episode. I was looking at a live chat in an Arrowverse server, not mine, and some people were hoping that Oliver would be mentioned because of Crisis, and sure enough, when Barry was convincing Kadabra not to do it, he brought up how he lost Oliver, and every day he's trying to make Oliver's sacrifice worth it by keeping this world safe, which is a nice thing that they put in. And I think it was definitely needed. If they didn't do that, if they didn't put Oliver's name drop in this episode, I think we all would have been ticked off at the writers. So the writers did an amazing job with that. And really this whole episode, they did a great job. Mentioning Oliver, mentioning Mia, Crisis changes and all that. I really do think this season's going to be all about Crisis changes. I mean, it won't be the main thing, but they're going to really be digging deep into Crisis, realizing this is what changed and what are the effects of it. Because we didn't really go into that season 6 because of Iris being in the Mirrorverse. They were dealing with Ava and everything else that was going on. So yeah, I think this season's going to be really good. This was technically the first episode of season 7. 703 ended season 6. This is 701 basically, but there were 3 episodes before it, so it's episode 4. So yeah, it's definitely going to be an amazing season, I think, and I'm ready for it. Let me know in the comments what you think of the episode. Thanks for watching, and have a good day, have a good night, stay safe, and I'll see you guys up on next. Bye, guys.